What fresh perspective will you bring to court?
Oh, fresh perspective. Everyone who makes it into the judicial position typically ends up being in government. They're either prosecutors, or they come from some kind of commissioner role, or they've come from some kind of time, I guess, serving on the bench forever. And it sounds good, like we're like, hey, you've got a position with the government. But the problem is we're getting everyone to think about what's the government's interest. What are the interests of the government in this matter? How do we make sure the government's protected from these judges? I bring with me the perspective of how do I protect the individual? How do I protect you and everyone else who now has to deal with the government, who now has to come into this system? And I know what they're like to go through that. I know the fear of the person who is sitting next to me, who has just clammed up because they're not used to this process. And I know that at times they're going to say things that are based on that fear. I mean, it's a scary thing to be walking into court. Most of us don't have to do it on a daily basis. We hope we don't. And yet, I don't think unless you've dealt with people and the individual, you can truly experience that and know it. And that's the perspective I'll bring, is those people and their rights, and how do we protect everyone?
Paid for by the Committee to Elect Marshall Casey.